I want you to imagine this. In front of you are three boxes. One contains $1,000, one contains $10,000, and one contains $100,000. You can only pick one. Whatever's inside is all the money you'll have to start a business. Now here's the question, what would you do with it? Most people freeze. They overthink. They dream about billion-dollar ideas, but don't know where to start. Let's break this down with the help of three of the sharpest entrepreneurial minds online: Daniel Priestley, Alex Hormozi, and Cody Sanchez. Think of them as the Avengers of entrepreneurship. They've built empires, scaled companies, raised millions, and learned the lessons most people pay for with failure. You'll know how to evaluate whether any idea is worth pursuing, how to avoid the traps that kill most businesses, and how to build something scalable that can truly change your life. Part 1: Two Paths to Wealth. Let's start with the truth. There are really only two reliable paths to making money if you're starting from scratch. The first is what Daniel Priestley calls the apprenticeship path. Find the best entrepreneur you can get access to, work for them, study everything, and copy their playbook. That's how Kim Kardashian did it. Before she was Kim Kardashian, she was Paris Hilton's assistant. She literally learned the game of being famous, then took it to a new level. The second path is the entrepreneur's leap: high risk, high reward. You go build your own business. The odds of success are low, but what you gain in skills is priceless. Your first business isn't really about the money. It's about learning the game of business. Sales, persuasion, pricing, operations, all the little moves that most people never practice. And sometimes, the tiniest details matter. Did you know that if you wait just 8 seconds after asking someone to buy, you increase your close rate by 30%? Or that, statistically, women entrepreneurs make more money when they wear makeup? Strange, but true. The game is filled with little levers like that. So, whether you go the apprenticeship route or take the leap, the real currency you're collecting is experience. Because once you know how to play the game, you can win it with almost any amount of starting capital. Part 2: The moat strategy. But how do you know if your idea is even worth pursuing? That's where the moat strategy comes in. This comes from the world of private equity, where investors have to decide which businesses are worth millions and which are worth nothing. Moat stands for margin. Is there profit left after expenses, or are you just spinning revenue? A good business has at least a 15% net margin. Operations: can this scale, or is it just you trading time for money? If you're the whole business, you don't have a business, you have a job. Advantage: do you have an unfair edge? Maybe it's social media distribution, a decade of experience, or a patent. Without it, arbitrage disappears fast. TAM, total addressable market. Is there a big enough audience? Selling doggy toothbrushes may sound clever, but if only 10,000 people care, you'll cap out quickly. Here's how investors use it: score each area from 1 to 10. If the total is over 30, it's a fund-it business. Between 20 and 30, it's a fix-it business. Below 20, flee it. Think about that. With this one framework, you can judge if your side hustle is destined for wealth or destined to burn you out. Part 3: Pain, Money, Passion. Daniel Priestley adds another filter: pain, money, passion. Ask yourself, does your idea solve a real pain? People don't pay for vague benefits. They pay to fix something that hurts. Do the people with that pain have money? The top 10% of society controls 60% of disposable income. If you sell to broke people, you'll stay broke. Do you have passion for this? Not in the fluffy sense of follow your joy. Passion means a willingness to suffer. Would you fight through rejection, setbacks, and late nights for this? Combine these three, and you have something powerful. Without them, your idea is just a hobby. Part 4: Why selling to the rich is easier. This may surprise you. It's often easier to sell to the rich. Take the story of a struggling home inspector. His business was failing because he tried to be affordable for everyone. His margins were thin, his clients were picky, and he was competing with dozens of other inspectors. Then, one small change saved his company. He rebranded as Luxury Home Inspections. Same service, but aimed at wealthy homeowners. Overnight, his margins jumped 45%. Here's the counterintuitive truth: wealthy clients pay more, complain less, and trust you to do your job. Cheap clients drain you. Alex Hormozi puts it bluntly: if you're closing 80% of your sales calls, you're underpriced. You should be hearing no at least 7 out of 10 times. That means you're pushing into the zone where your price reflects your value. And the math is shocking. In a 15% margin business, doubling your price doesn't just double your profit, it can increase it 6 or 7 times. Pricing isn't a detail. Pricing saves businesses. Part 5, The Passive Income Myth. Now, let's talk about the holy grail. Every new entrepreneur chases passive income. Most people think passive income is binary, either you're working or you're sipping cocktails while money rains into your account. The reality is a spectrum. Almost nothing is truly passive. Cody Sanchez explains it best: income follows assets. Traditional assets like real estate or stocks are fine for protecting wealth, but terrible for building it. What really builds wealth are performance assets, assets you create, not buy. Things like media, intellectual property, software, and data. Write a book, build a SaaS tool, create a newsletter, record videos. These assets keep working after you stop. But here's the kicker: if you're just starting out, don't worry about passive income at all. Focus on increasing your active income. Learn skills. Buy leverage, a snowblower if you're shoveling driveways, or advertising skills if you're selling services. Active income grows your base. Passive income protects it later. Part 6, Content is the new asset. There's one performance asset that every entrepreneur today should be building: content. Yes, it feels cringe at first. Your friends will laugh. People will doubt you. But in today's economy, attention is currency. And the cheapest, most scalable way to earn attention is through content. Alex Hormozi draws the line clearly: decide if you're an educator or an entertainer. Education drives influence, because proof beats promise. Entertainment drives eyeballs, but rarely influence. And in a noisy AI-driven world, where anyone can generate videos, what will matter most is depth and rawness. Not overproduced B-rolls, but long-form conversations, authentic stories, and proof of real achievement. Think of it this way: an AI can fake a face, but it can't fake your scars, your failures, your hard-won experience. That's your moat in the age of AI. So let's circle back to those three boxes: $1,000, $10,000, and $100,000. Which would you pick? The truth is, the amount doesn't matter as much as the frameworks. With $1,000, you can learn advertising and start generating leads for other businesses. With $10,000, you can build a service company and scale with content. With $100,000, you can buy leverage, staff, systems, partnerships to accelerate faster. But the principles are the same. Test your idea with moat. Solve pain for people with money. Price high enough to protect profit. Focus on active income first, and invest in performance assets like content along the way. The world is changing fast. AI is rewriting the rules. But the fundamentals of business value, leverage, relationships, and proof never change. So I'll leave you with this challenge: if I handed you one of those boxes today, what business would you build? Comment below, and let's see whose ideas might just become the next $1 million story. And if this gave you value, subscribe for more, because this is just the start of your masterclass in building wealth.